I like this machine because once it gets going, I liken it to like shooting a machine gun. When it's at full throttle, it's like.
Sit down with Ben Venom in his studio in San Francisco's Haight-Ashbury.
There's the right way, the wrong way, and then there's the way that I just decided to do it, which is, yeah, my way.
And it doesn't take long to realize he isn't quite like other quilters.
You know, I'll listen to music or try to watch movies, but ultimately, the noise of the machine kind of drowns a lot out. So, because I'm, you know, my head's like right in it. So pretty much my world is literally like right around here.
His world is filled with arresting images like these. His quilts sell for thousands of dollars, have been exhibited around the world, and have names like Aces High and Iron Fist.
Iron Fist refers to a Motorhead song, the band Motorhead. And then I have these all-seeing eyes, kind of like the third eye, keeping watch, and then the drops of blood.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, what's a quilt without drops of blood?
Right, I mean, I bleed. I've run over my fingers a couple of times. It hurts.
So your blood is actually in a quilter too?
On one of them, yeah, one or two of them, yeah, you can see it. That's kind of my signature there.
Ben Venom's other signature? Using everything from donated women's jeans and leather jackets to old rock t-shirts in his quilts.
This is Iron Maiden. And this is Toxic Holocaust. Here I have bandanas, goat skin.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, goat skin?
Goat skin, yeah. It looks like snake skin, but they said apparently it's goat skin.
Okay.
Bleached denim right here.
Yeah.
T-shirts. Waterproof camouflage.
Where do these acid wash jeans come from?
Some of them are donated, and sometimes I'll buy a big piece of denim and I'll do it myself. Just like, you know, I live in the Haight-Ashbury with, you know, the years of the tie-dye, but for me it's the years of the 80s acid wash.
The self-taught artist, whose real last name is Baumgartner, grew up listening to punk rock and heavy metal. But his life was changed forever when he went to see an exhibition of quilts.
I saw the G's Ben quilt show at the DeYoung Museum in 2006 here in San Francisco. And I was really blown away by their work, these quilts that these women have made for over centuries. And they use a lot of recycled fabrics.
That show inspired him to take a pair of scissors into his closet to make his very first, and still to this day, favorite quilt.
That quilt has a t-shirt on it, the band Testament, and I wore this Testament t-shirt for probably close to 15 years. I mean, I wore it so much, it was so threadbare, you could see through it. And at that point, I was like, it's not too metal to wear out in public now. So I cut it up and put it into that first quilt that I made. That piece is called Listen to Heavy Metal While You Sleep.
Are there mistakes in your work?
Oh gosh, yeah. All over the place. I'm not gonna point them out to you, but oh, totally. You know, sometimes I don't really know how to sew this particular fabric or how this should be folded or whatever, so I just kind of, you know, do it, make my own way. But the fact that it's handmade allows for those mistakes to kind of come through. You know, Bob Ross, you know.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
It's a little happy accident.
Kind of a metaphor for life, right?
I mean, I grew up watching Bob Ross on TV, you know, his big afro and the weird dark studio that he had and always playing with the brushes.
A happy little tree.
So yeah, that's my upbringing.
There's some kind of whimsy. Do you put humor?
Oh, absolutely. I totally fully understand that the level of absurdity that some of these pieces have, because it is pretty absurd that I do these quilts that this strong aggressive imagery, but yet the end result is like a functional piece of fabric, right? That is a little absurd.
When Ben Venom gives an art talk, it sounds like this. This band, Hazard's Cure, donated shirts for him to quilt with, so he in turn invited them to his art talk and sewed patches on the jackets of fans while the band played.
This is how we do.
In a nutshell, I would say my art is a collision. It's a collision of fine art crafting and what I call the fringes of society. And that refers to like motorcycle clubs, punk rock, heavy metal, the occult, mysticism, folklore, paganism. I take all those and I collide them together into one piece. Much like the Large Hadron Collider in Bern, Switzerland, where you're shooting particles at each other at near lightning speed, when you shoot opposites together, they hit, new energy is released, and like a chain reaction happens. And I want to live right there, right in that razor's edge, that fine line when that new energy is released.
Living every day like it is our last.